Hi, I'm Harbir Singh here live at the Digital Health Summit at CES 2020. I'm here today with Jamie Skipper from Elevation Health Consulting. Jamie, how wonderful to have you here.
Wonderful to be here. I am really excited to be here at CES. This is personally my first time at CES, but this is definitely going to be someplace where I'm going to be coming back.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about Elevation Health Consulting.
Yes, so Elevation Health Consulting started a couple of years ago. We are a group of regulatory experts. Think about when the government puts out regulations on how something should be done. Our experts focus on how data needs to flow, specifically in the health arena. So we started, if anybody in the health spectrum in terms of payers and providers will be very familiar with the concept of a meaningful use, which is, and I see you shaking your head as a doctor yourself. Anytime a provider or a hospital needed to adopt an EHR system, an electronic health system, to now move from paper to electronic health records, they brought on an EHR system. And so the Department of Health and Human Services in Washington, D.C. Wrote the regulations on how the data needs to be collected and used meaningfully in those systems so that the providers and hospitals could be reimbursed for investing in that system. Now the next generation is how we can leverage that data to make sure that patients are really seeing the improved outcomes. And that's where the CES space is really coming into play. And it's so exciting to see just folks coming in just droves to invent just some of the really coolest products to make sure that we're collecting the right data and trying to make sure we have the right data at the right time to improve patient outcomes.
Jamie, I'm so glad people like you exist.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, the words of regulation and just terrify me. So the fact that you're an expert in this is very important to us and very good. So can you tell us, what are some of the big trends in regulation, interoperability, some key things that people should be aware of?
Well, you touched on a word that I want to expand on, which is really important, the word interoperability, which is really key for a lot of the folks at CES to really understand. When you're creating any kind of device or app that collects data on an individual, a patient, a consumer, what's really valuable about that data is making sure that the data can flow from the person to their provider, to all of their wellness experts. That data has to go with them throughout their entire wellness journey. And in order to be able to do that, you have to be able to be aligned with the policies and standards that everyone across the board is trying to comply to so that that data can flow. A lot of folks are kind of doing it in their silo, and even if they have a great idea, it doesn't allow that data to flow in a way to allow the person to reach the potential, the fullness potential of the wellness that they're trying to achieve.
So what is one thing that companies that are here at Digital Health Summit and innovative companies that are creating new products, what should they be doing in order to better prepare themselves for this?
Absolutely, and you asked me this question before, which is what are the big things that are happening? So this year itself, there's going to be a number of huge regulations that are national that are going to be finalized. In the interoperability rule coming out of CMS, there's the information blocking rule, that's how data can or cannot be flowing or kept inside or outside of an organization, as well as how data systems can share tech between itself, which is the Stark laws and anti-kickback laws. All those rules are going to be finalized this year, so I really encourage folks to work with companies like ourselves to help your companies, your business processes, your product designs to be aligned with where the landscape is going.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for attending Digital Health Summit and giving us all that valuable information, Jamie. It's been a pleasure to have you.
It's been a pleasure to be here.